Welcome to Dogs and Gooses, where the dogs are dirty and the gooses are silly.
Ain't that the truth?
Well, folks, we're back. It's been a while, but, and we say that at the beginning of every episode.
I know. Forgo it.
Yeah.
They know.
It's not been a while. It's been a couple days. Well, I just want you to know how dedicated we are to this. At the time of this recording, it is 12:30 on a Wednesday night.
The last time we did an episode this late, we were fighting.
That was kind of a wild episode. Was that our philosophy episode?
Was it? I think it was an early on episode.
I think it was like our second or third one.
Yeah, I remember doing it at your apartment in Vineyard.
Yeah, I remember by the end I was dead.
Yeah, we were both like zonked.
Yep. Well, Williams, have you ever taken place in a blind rating test?
A blind rating test?
Yes.
I don't think so. I don't know if I completely know what that is.
So the way it works is you have a list of items, and you're ranking them in order, from best to worst.
Okay. Okay.
But you can't rearrange the rankings after new information is given. So let's say that
I know all the items?
No.
I just pick up the items.
In this case, you will, but a lot of times you don't. So if for example, I said, all right, Williams, I want you to name, or I want you to rate these top 3 candy bars. And then, so you have 3 spots. You have 1, 2, 3, and I would say Twix. Where do you rate it?
Well, 3, it has gluten.
Well, assume there's no gluten, just based off flavor.
It's been a while since I've had Twix. I hardly remember.
Yeah.
It was back before the war.
Yeah, back before the war, way long ago.
I'll still put it at a 3.
At a 3?
It's not anything crazy.
Okay, $100 grand is your next one.
2. Whatever you say next has got to be better.
And here's the thing. So now, let's say I say $100 grand and you hate $100 grand. It's still the 2 spot. You can't move the Twix up.
Correct. Yeah.
So you can't rearrange. So that's how it works, basically. Okay. So
we gotta tell me at least how many there are.
Well, don't worry. I'm going to give you more details. I just wanted
appreciate it.
I wanted to maintain the suspense for a little bit more. So there are 50. Okay. Yep.
Okay. Do I guess what this is?
You can guess the category. Yes. So our dear friend Craig, the original Chonky Monkey, he and his wife rated all 50 states when they were dating. And Williams, you want to guess what their top state was? Number 1 in all 50 states to live in.
It's either going to be North Dakota or Montana.
It was New Mexico.
Oh, that's right. I remember you telling me that.
And I just can't get over that. No hate on anyone from New Mexico, but I've driven through that state. And I'm assuming that there are prettier parts that I did not drive through. But it definitely, in my mind, does not belong at the top of the list.
One of the few things I know about New Mexico is just that I think that's where they did High School Musical here in Utah.
Yeah.
They filmed it here, but it takes place in New Mexico.
Oh, is that where it's supposed to be?
Yeah, I think so.
That makes sense.
But still, they didn't even do it there. They did it in Utah.
Yeah. So we're going to go through. We're going to talk about all 50 states. We're not going to talk very in depth about most of them. But what I've done is and honestly, there are several states that I probably couldn't tell you the first thing about. That I'm like, I don't know what.
A lot of the really East Coast.
Yeah. Exactly. So I got on ChatGPT, and this list is new to me too. Most of it is. I got a list of all 50 states. I got 2 fun facts about each one and the year they were founded.
Okay.
So we're going to go through this list. We're going to learn a little bit about each state, and then
we're going to trash on a few, love on a few.
Yep. And then you're going to rank, and I'm going to rank, and we're going to see how our list looks at the end.
All right. Do I keep track of this myself, or what's?
If you want to pull it up, yeah, that could be helpful. If you want to pull up a Excel sheet and just make 50 boxes. Now remember, now that you're managing it yourself, you can't change it.
Wink, wink, nod, nod.
No. This one is just nod. No winks.
Let's see if I can launch Excel while recording this podcast at the same time.
Well, I have it. So while you're doing that, let's see here.
Good thing I've been learning all this Excel skill stuff.
I know. For your work?
Yeah, I was like, it's going to be handy if I learn how to do this.
Oh, okay. I think you're right. I think it's a good skill to have. While Williams is doing that, just like to welcome you guys back. We know it's been a little bit. We are still trying to be consistent, but I'm in the middle of a large project, and Williams is in the middle of a busy work schedule.
Yeah, I'm about to move places.
Oh yeah, you're moving.
Mm-hmm.
That combined, my wife is also Maddie. Some of you are familiar. Is going to be starting teaching soon, so kind of crazy over here. But we are committed to maintaining the podcast. May not always be consistent.
We will give it to you when we give it to you.
Yeah, you give us
until we
give us that $500,000, we will be on it.
$500,000, and we will be doing it so consistently it will surprise you.
Yeah. I'll do it weekly for that.
Yeah, we would do it weekly.
Yep. You let me know when you're ready, Sir Williams.
All right, I got 1 through 50 right here, so I just type in the state's name as we go. Okay.
Yep. Okay, we're gonna start it off with Alabama. Alabama was established December 14th, 1819. It was the 22nd state in the United States. They were famous, or one fun fact about them is they had the first electric streetcar.
Ooh.
In Montgomery, Alabama in 1886.
Going green early on.
Yeah. And then the Saturn V rocket was built in Huntsville.
Okay.
Yeah. So those are 2 fun facts about Alabama. All right, William, starting us off early.
All right. I kind of like Bama.
Yeah.
I've never been. I once threw a rock into Alabama. Did I ever tell you that?
Oh, really?
Yeah, Craig and I were actually...
You guys drove to the border of the
Well, yeah, because that part of our mission area, when we were in the southern states there, went right up to the Alabama border.
Yeah.
I remember walking right up to it and throwing a rock over. And, what I know of Alabama, they got some... I'm not the biggest football fan, but they got a good team.
They have Bama, yeah.
And, Roll Tide. And, Hank Williams Sr. is buried there.
That's fair. So what's your rating? Where are you putting it?
I want to put it somewhere in the top 15. I'm almost considering it for the top 10, but I feel like it's early on, so I'm going to say 15.
See, I think I'm going to go the opposite. I do like Bama. I think I'm going to put it at 27.
Because you just picked that number?
No, to me, I like Alabama, but I don't know if it makes the top half. I feel like it's right around the middle state for me.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I like it.
Well, you never threw a rock into it. That might be the difference.
I have driven through it, though. Yeah. All right. Our next one is Wyoming. Established July 10th, 1890. Can you guess when Wyoming, or which state Wyoming was to be?
No, I got no idea.
That's fair. It's 44th.
So pretty late in the game.
And they were the first state to give women the right to vote. That's interesting. I didn't know that. And they're the home of Yellowstone, the first national park.
Okay, there are a few states that are home to Yellowstone.
That's true.
That takes a little bit of edge off of it.
Just going to say Idaho is part of that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Montana.
I think this one, where you rate this one, really depends on what you prefer. If you want, backcountry, open fields, places to farm, small towns, Wyoming's going to be pretty high on that list. Not to say that it's going to be, super duper high, but I'm
I think I have a little bias because I've driven through Wyoming. Diagonal, so as much Wyoming as you can drive in a trip to get to my parents' place.
Yeah.
And that was always the longest part. And there's not a lot of landscape.
Yeah.
Now I've been driven through the Tetons, don't hate on me, and that is gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful.
Star Valley is really pretty.
Yeah.
I haven't been to many other parts, but I spent a few months in Star Valley.
Yeah. So it's got some beauty, but not, for me, I associate it with that long diagonal drive where there's nothing.
That's fair. That's fair. So where do you rate it, Williams?
I'm probably going to put it kind of where you put Bama. You know what? I'm almost tempted to put it at 30. But I'll put it at 27.
Okay. See, I'm going to base it all off of my experience at Star Valley. I loved Star Valley. I've seen the other parts of the state, so that's going to bring it down a little bit. But I think I'm going to put it at 23.
Okay.
So, a little better than Bama in my mind, but not like a significant amount. Okay. Our next one, we have Alaska. Can you guess which state Alaska was?
Yes. It's 49th or 50th.
Yep. You have Alaska as the 49th. You know what the 50th is?
Hawaii.
Hawaii, yep. So Alaska was established January 3rd, 1959. Oh, that's crazy. I did not know.
Didn't we buy it from the Russians? Or
we bought it from someone. I think it was the Russians. Yeah, I think it is the Russians. Alaska has more coastline than all other U.S. states combined. Whoa.
But that's not overly surprising, you know?
No. The having more than all the U.S. states makes sense, but all other U.S. states combined?
Oh, that is pretty impressive.
Because that means, like...
But it is a big chunk.
Yeah, that's crazy.
How big of a slice of land that is.
That's crazy. You can see Russia from Little Diomede Island.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Which is also crazy. So I've never been to Alaska, so this is all going to have to be based off of just what I've heard.
My coworker Tammy,
who's
been on the podcast.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she served private mission there for a little while.
Oh, that's cool.
Before
that's
she
really
got
cool.
a visa or whatever to go to Guatemala.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So what are you going to rate Alaska, Williams?
It's really tough. I like the wild aspect. However, it's also super cold. There's some days where there's no night. And the fact that I haven't been, I kind of want to put it somewhere in the middle.
Fair enough.
So I'm going to put it right smack dab in the middle. I'll throw it at 25.
That's fair.
I just haven't had the experience with it. I've heard positive things, but...
I think I'm going to give it a little bit more of a positive shake just because so many people go there to visit.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're right, it's cold. In certain parts of the year, you only get a few hours of sunlight.
Yeah.
But I think
I don't mind a little cold, but...
Yeah.
A little too much.
I'm a little more optimistic, but not a ton. I'm putting it at 20.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, ever the optimist.
Ever the optimist, except maybe with Alabama. All right. And then we are on to Wisconsin. Wisconsin was established May 29th, 1848. They were the 30th state, and they are famous for their cheese production, which I did know.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that Harley-Davidson was founded in Milwaukee?
No, but that sounds right.
Yeah, it sounds... It does sound right for some reason. I don't really know much about Wisconsin. I know Green Bay's there, right?
Yes. Yeah, the Packers.
Yeah.
All I know about Wisconsin is the wife of one of my friends is from Wisconsin.
I've heard it's cold.
Originally.
And, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how much there is there. Ooh, what are you thinking?
You're leading off on these waves.
Oh, okay. But I kind of want to say 30.
I did.
Say 30.
I'm going to be more negative with Wisconsin. I've never been. I've never heard anyone be like, "Wow, you have to go to Wisconsin." In my mind, their redeeming factors. They have the Packers, and I like the Packers, so I gave them 39.
You're a football guy, so I'm surprised you even ranking it that low.
I'm giving them 39 just because I feel like when I think of Wisconsin, I think of cheese, which I like cheese, to be fair, the Packers, and cold. Don't know if that's accurate for the cold, but I feel like I've heard that connotation.
All right.
Okay. Next, we have Arizona. Oh, I just came back from Arizona.
And? Your thoughts?
Let's get there. Let's get there in a minute. Okay. It was the 48th state. I did not know that either. That one's pretty late.
Yeah.
February 14th, 1912. Home to the Grand Canyon, and they don't observe daylight savings time.
That's a plus in my mind.
Yeah. You got to go first on this one, Williams. I got to think how much I want to offend my wife's family.
Think very carefully.
I'm just kidding. No, I enjoyed it. I liked it this last time.
I've never been.
Oh, really?
But when I think of it, I just think of desert, dry, but I've also heard of sandstorms there.
Yeah.
And that doesn't really appeal to me, just imagining a sandstorm. So I think I'm gonna rate it fairly low. I don't want to put it in 40. I'll put it at 35.
Yeah, see,
I just haven't been, and I don't know enough.
I have mixed feelings about it because I enjoyed it this last time, and at least in the area I was in, I thought it was pretty nice. Like, pretty nice, but also really hot, which is a problem for me. But I did enjoy it there. I think I'm going to rate it 30th.
Okay. That's where I put Wisconsin.
The funny thing about this, though, is even though Alabama's rated above Arizona, I don't think that I would actually prefer to live in Alabama over Arizona. And that's the thing with a blind list. And one this big, we're going to have stuff like that. Exactly. So our next one is West Virginia, Mountain Mama. All right, it coming in as the 35th state. They were established on June 20th, 1863. That was the year before my dad was born. They were
Shout out to Rob.
Shout out to Rob. They were formed during the Civil War. Only state entirely within the Appalachian Mountains.
There's a Xbox game I play.
Oh, yeah.
Fallout 76, and it takes place right in there.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. But, I don't know any solid facts about it, really.
Fair. So what's your rating?
I don't know. I like the idea of it. So I might put it in... You know what? I'm going to put it in right between Alaska and Wyoming at number 26.
I have been to West Virginia. I just drove through it on my way to Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
Very pretty place. Not as much urban stuff, but really pretty place. Really nice, really fun. At least to drive through. So I'm gonna say I think I'm gonna throw that in at number 19.
All right.
Just because of the prettiness of the Blue Ridge Mountains and the Appalachian Mountains. Really pretty place.
I dig it.
Okay. Coming in next, we have Arkansas, as they say.
I have some thoughts.
I know it's Arkansas.
Go ahead and say what you...
June 15th, 1836. It came in as the 25th state. It's the only U.S. state with a public diamond mine. And it's the birthplace of Walmart, which I did actually know that part.
Yes. Bentonville, I believe, is where they're headquartered.
Yes, they are headquartered in Bentonville. So, Williams, let's hear your thoughts about Arizona.
Arkansas,
sorry.
I might just throw this at the bottom. I hate Arkansas.
You hate Arkansas.
I've been there. I've been there.
I have been there, too.
Now, can I say I've been in the heart of Arkansas? No. I've been on the outskirts, on the very edge, like the southern edge of Arkansas, and I've met some very fine people there.
Yeah.
However, I didn't have a great experience. And thinking about it, Johnny Cash did originally come from Arkansas. That's probably one of the greatest things they produced.
That's fair.
But a broken clock is right twice a day, and they can come up with a few good things just like everyone else. I really don't like Arkansas. Like their
That's fair.
taxes are kind of wonky. I want to say they in Texarkana City because it's split between Texas
Yeah.
and Arkansas. Didn't they have to change the whole tax system on the Arkansas side to keep people living there?
Maybe. I do know that there was a
I
clear
believe I
divide
heard
between
that.
like nicer housing and less nice housing between the Texas and the Arkansas side.
Also, do you remember? Because it's split by this road, State Line Boulevard,
State Line
right?
Boulevard, yep.
And on the
And they didn't know where to put the courthouse because it's in 2 states.
yeah, so they just put it in the middle.
Put it in the middle of the road.
Yeah, there's like the little isn't there a roundabout that goes around it?
Yes,
or
there's a
whatever?
roundabout that goes around the city hall.
And the Texas side, 'cause I think during
Right in the middle.
Prohibition, it was
For
the
the-
dry side, or no, it was after Prohibition.
Um,
Texas was the dry side. Arkansas was the wet side. So like people trying to get into Texas, there's a line of liquor stores
Oh yeah,
all
on
up the
opposite
Arkansas side.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's kind of
It's kind of funny. For those
Yeah.
of you who haven't been, they have this big. It's like a 4 or 5 lane, not each way. It's like 2 lanes, cross traffic road, and that it runs perfectly along state line. And at the end of the street, you run into they put the courthouse right in the middle of the road. So there's a big roundabout that goes around it, and then it keeps on going down to downtown. But it's super. It was always funny to me because they're like, "Gosh, where do we put it?" Oh yeah, I know. Let's put it in the middle of the street.
of course, that's where you need it.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, what number did you eventually settle on?
I'm putting it at 50.
You're putting it at 50? Wow, you dislike Arkansas a lot.
I'm not. Do I hate completely any of these states? No, like every state has its redeeming qualities and things, but just with my experience, and I just don't like Arkansas very much.
That's fair. I went to Crossett, Arkansas, and that place was decently nice. But I haven't been anywhere else. But even still, with... Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't crazy impressed with any of it. Even Crossett was okay.
Right. It's not like,
Yeah. So I put it at 41. Because I think it's definitely going to rank in the lower part for me. But I don't know if I'm committed to putting it at 50.
I am.
Fair enough. Fair enough, Williams. All
no
right.
hate to the people of Arkansas.
All right, we have Washington. Well, I'm feeling that late night. All right, we have Washington that was established November 11th, 1889. And that was the 42nd state named after George Washington is the fact that they gave us. I don't know if that's a crazy fact.
No, not particularly.
Yeah.
If you want, I could give you a few more. I lived there for a substantial amount of time.
I have one more, and then
go ahead.
you go home to Microsoft, Amazon, and Starbucks.
Yes. It's created a lot of businesses.
Uh-huh.
It's got some of that coastline. I'm going to the beach on the coastline. I remember as a kid in school, we learned about the Nez Perce War with the Nez Perce Native Americans, and that's kind of where things kind of, at least a portion of that whole thing took place.
Uh-huh.
So that's kind of a neat historical fact.
Yeah.
They're big on apples.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they have a lot of orchards and things throughout the state. Yeah, there's some neat things.
I believe it.
Have you've been to Washington?
No, I haven't.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've been to Oregon, but not Washington.
Oh.
Yeah. I'll have to go there someday. I've heard it's really pretty.
Well, it's kind of divided. It's got a deserty half, and it's got like a really wet,
And it's got a really
foresty
wet,
half.
foresty half.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. So where do you rate it, Williams? You've lived there.
I have. See, I lived there. I'm not in love with it.
Oh.
I loved some of the little cities I lived in.
Twilight takes place there, Williams. That's got to bring it up for you.
Well, yeah, maybe not. I might put it at. I think I might put it at 28.
28. Dang.
I had some good times. I grew up for many years down there,
Uh-huh.
but it doesn't.
So you'd rather live in Bama
I
or
love
Washington?
some of the people. A lot of the people. But
Uh-huh.
yeah, I think so.
So you'd rather live in Bama over Washington?
Yeah, it's got some weird. They're doing some weird stuff with like
Yeah,
it's
that's
not.
fair.
It's not my favorite.
That's fair.
Some of the things, but
That's fair. Okay. I put mine at 18 solely because of how pretty I've heard it is. Now,
Alright.
maybe I was a little generous on that one because I've never been, but I do know there was one girl that I was dating who was from there, and she went home and she sent me some pictures of the coastline.
mm-hmm.
Gorgeous.
Oh yeah, the coast. I mean, anywhere. Most anywhere the coast is going to be beautiful.
Except in Mississippi.
Yeah, the water is a little brown. I'm not gonna lie.
I've never been, but I've heard from a bunch of other missionaries that it was pretty rough.
Yeah, it wasn't horrible, but yeah, it was brown.
Yeah. So I put it at
that's
18.
the goal.
That might be one I regret, but we still got lots of spots. I've been ranking pretty low, so okay. Our next one, California. Established September 9th, 1850. They were the 31st state. They have the 5th largest economy in the world. They're home to the tallest tree and the lowest point in North America. Those are kind of some cool stats.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a big state. It's got to have a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got the redwood forest too, and a whole bunch of other things.
Yeah, 100%.
Death Valley.
Yeah, I just went to California for the first time for my honeymoon.
That's right. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. What do you think, Williams? Where are you going to rate California?
Listen, I got friends from there. I know a lot of people, and it sounds stereotypical to hate California,
Uh-huh.
but I think I found my 49.
Okay. Very nice.
And again, it's not that I hate the people in any of these places.
Yeah.
It's just I've never been to California, so I don't really get the hype. It has a lot of hype that I don't know if it's deserved or not. I hear it's really expensive to live out there. So, like, in terms of me living or visiting, it's a lot of city. I don't care for, or it's famous for its big cities. I don't really care for that too much.
I think I'm going to be a little bit more generous than you. Just because, here's why. I think it's a beautiful place. Cost of living is a huge downfall, and I know that they've got a lot of issues with a bunch of different things right now. But I think that will eventually remedy itself. So, I'm putting it at 31. Yeah. I think... And I guess it's hard because it depends on how we view this list. Is it like if you have to live in these places, or is it like...
I think you got to kind of mix it up with both.
Yeah, because if I'm talking about to visit, I would rather visit California than a lot of places. But if we're talking about to live, I would put it pretty low.
Yeah.
So that's where it is a little bit tough.
It's a state to look at, not to live in.
Yep. All right, our next one, Virginia, which I have lived in. Virginia. To quote that, I can't remember what show it was, but it's the one. June 25th, 1788. Oh, that's our first 1700 state. That was the 10th state to be established. 8 U.S. presidents were born here, and this is the home to the Pentagon.
Well, hey. It's quite a bit.
Yeah. So, Williams, do you want me to say my piece first? Or
Go
do you
ahead.
wanna go? I mean, I won't say my rating first, but I can tell you what I think first. I lived in Virginia, and I really liked it. It's a nice state. There's lots of pretty wildlife. There's plenty of urban stuff, if that's your thing. Where I was in a town called Buena Vista, and yes, I know in Spanish that would be pronounced Buena Vista, but in Buena Vista, all the locals call it Buena Vista. So, anyway... Where I was living, you could drive about 10 minutes and you could get to the top of... There's smaller mountains than we have here, but you could get to the top of a mountain. And you could drive along the peak of that mountain and just look down on the valleys and the other mountain ranges. And it was gorgeous.
That does sound beautiful. I
Yeah.
think you showed me pictures.
Yeah. So I'm personally going to rate it pretty high.
For me, I really have never touched it. I think I only know you who has been there.
Fair enough.
And I think I know less about it than West Virginia, so I'm just going to rate it lower than that. I'm going to go put it at 29.
All right. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. Okay. Next on the list, we have Colorado. August 1st, 1876. It's the 38th state. It's called the Centennial State, and it has the highest average elevation in the United States.
I'm a fan. I've never been, but I hear a lot of cool things. It seems to just kind of be in a really neat nature spot.
Uh-huh.
A lot of it. It doesn't seem to be too big, but I hear it's fairly calm. Did you know that Doc Holliday is buried there?
I did, actually.
So, yeah. I think I'm going to rate it fairly high up on the list. I'm going to say... I'll say 14.
Okay.
Right above Alabama.
I like it. So here's the thing. I just realized I never said what I rated Virginia.
Oh.
I gave Virginia 8th. Because I feel like there's got to be some better ones, but I really liked Virginia when I lived there.
I dig that.
Yep. Now, there's something very special about Colorado we haven't even mentioned yet, Williams. In terms of sports teams, they have the very best one in the entire world.
We may have had your number one.
I can't give it number one, just because I have to take other things into account. But that automatically earned them a spot in the top 10. I couldn't...
Remember that they fired Vic Fangio.
Yeah, but they hired Sean Payton.
I'm trying to see where your point is. They also got rid of Drew Lock. So I don't know if you factored that into your little state calculus that you're doing over there.
For you guys, when Williams and I were roommates, I tried to get him into football. And he certainly watched about half a season with me. And he got to know a couple of the players' names, but that was back during the Vic Fangio era when Vic Fangio was the head coach and Drew Lock was our quarterback. And
two of the best in the game.
Williams memorized their names and faces, and they were the people that he knew. And ever since then, he refuses to follow the Broncos because they got rid of Vic Fangio and Drew Lock.
Star coach and star quarterback at the same time.
I know.
How can you do that?
Had they left them together, they would have been unstoppable, Williams.
I know. They had just given them another season.
Yeah. Listen, I love the Broncos. I'm very happy. I'm happy we have Sean Payton and Bo Nix, if I'm being honest. I did like Drew Lock, though. I did like Drew Lock, and Vic Fangio has proven, even since then, that he's a beast of a defensive coordinator.
Of course he is. I know.
I watched. I saw. I'm sorry, Williams. I'm sorry. So that earns Colorado a spot in the top 10. I don't know if it normally would have made the top 10 for me, but because they have the Denver Broncos, I'm ranking them number 9.
All right. This is so hard because you're thinking I know that there's gonna be some more states that are gonna be good.
That's exactly it. I'm like, where is this gonna go? I don't know. So Vermont, March 4th, 1791. This was the 14th state.
The first one outside of the 13 colonies.
Yes, that's exactly the one they have here. The fact they have it. It leads the U.S. in maple syrup production. So watch out, Canada.
Yeah. You best look out.
Jocelyn, warn your Prime Minister now.
Yeah. Call him on the phone. Let him know that Vermont is coming for their...
Vermont is... Yeah, you got to be careful. Okay, wait a minute. So my brain is not working very well. George Washington's estate, are they in Virginia or Vermont?
Ooh. I could not tell you.
Because they're in Mount Vernon.
Mm-hmm.
Let's Google it. Quick Google.
I know very little about Vermont. Never been. It's one of the... Like I said earlier, the East Coast, I don't know how well we're going to do. I'm not going to probably rate them super high. Just because I don't know.
Oh, it's in Virginia.
I've met a few East Coast people. They seem fine, but it is, I think, a different feel, probably.
I've never been to Vermont. I don't really know anything about it. So they're going to get themselves at 44.
Yeah, I'm probably going to throw them down the list away. I'm gonna give them a 40.
The maple syrup, that's impressive.
Yeah,
But I'm not a big maple
keep it
syrup
up.
fan.
We got to rival Canada.
Yeah. You guys, listen, we're going to slowly take their industry until we have leverage. All right, Connecticut. January 9th, 1788. They were the 5th state. The first American hamburger was served in New Haven. Oh my goodness. That they just skyrocketed on the list in my mind. The first phone book published in 1878. That's impressive. What do you think, Williams?
I think I'm gonna throw them pretty low. Like I said, I've known people from Connecticut. They seem like fine people, but I've heard from them things that were fairly unsavory. It's just really like when you talk about city, I think that whole state is probably one big one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I'm just gonna throw it down. I'm building my list from the bottom up. So Connecticut will be 48.
That's fair. I put mine at 35 just because they invented the hamburger.
Okay.
That's the only thing I've got about Connecticut other than being
good on you, Connecticut.
Yeah. Hey, you guys invented the hamburger. I like hamburgers.
Probably modern because I think originally they had like something similar and that came out of Hamburg.
Oh. Yeah, I probably the Americanized version of it.
Yeah, as we know it today, as we know and love it now.
Yeah.
So thanks Connecticut for that.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys. Oh, here's the interesting one. Utah.
Ooh.
January 4th, 1896. It was the 45th state to be established, and you won't know this. It's home of the Great Salt Lake.
No.
And it's the headquarters of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
I never would have guessed.
Wow.
I'll let you talk about it first.
See, I really like Utah. Granted, you'll notice on this list, I really like everywhere I've lived. So I tend to be an optimist. I like life. I like places. I like people.
You optimist, you.
Yeah, that's who I am. That's how I am. So I like Utah.
One of these episodes we got to flip. Like I pretend to be you, you pretend to be me.
We'll have an opposite day episode.
Yeah.
I'm all game for that. One where you're really positive and I'm really negative about everything. We need to do that, Williams. We will add that to the list. I feel like it deserves to be in the top 10.
I think you're crazy.
I think I'm going to put it at 10. Well, but would I rather live in Colorado than Utah?
I can't speak for you.
I'm giving it 7.
Oh. All right.
Williams, I'm an optimist. Everywhere that I'm going to live is going to rank highly on this list. I promise you.
I can't wait to see where Idaho goes.
Oh, Idaho very well might take the number 1 spot.
He pledges allegiance to the state of Idaho.
I do.
It's a good state.
Home of potatoes and love.
I have no hate on Idaho.
It's called the Promised Land. Tell us what you think about Utah, Williams.
You know, you and I were having a conversation about this very recently.
Williams, you can move at any time.
Yeah, I got a good job, though. I will say, Utah has given me some good things.
Uh-huh.
But to be honest, I don't know if those are things Utah gave me as much as like institutions within Utah gave me.
Yeah, but that's part of Utah, though.
Yeah, but it could have been formed almost anywhere.
It's an interesting argument. So you're saying that these
I went to school at
could be almost
BYU,
anywhere.
You know, that's where I work. That it's been a great opportunity there.
Uh-huh.
I love that. There's certain things like, you know, I belong to the church out here, and so it's kind of cool to see, you know, church headquarters and being in close proximity to, like, you know, our general conference that we hold twice a year. That sort of a thing.
Absolutely.
It's a weird bubble, though.
It can be, yeah.
And also, it's not my kind of place. I think it's a place for a lot of people. A lot of people really love it. they fight to move here.
I would like it more if they had better roads for the traffic levels here.
That is true. Anywhere close to Salt Lake, good luck. But I imagine it's like that in a lot of these other states too.
Yeah,
other big cities.
Well, I don't know. Well, because it's easier to spread out if you're not in a valley, right?
Oh, that's fair.
Because Utah's kind of restricted on their space.
Yeah.
So where would you rate it?
That's tough. I'm not going to put it at the very bottom. I'm not going to stack it on top of the stack I'm piling down there. I don't think it, in my mind, it deserves anywhere in the top 10.
Uh-huh.
Because I'm feeling generous, I throw it at 20.
You throw it at 20? All right. That's generous, Williams.
I've spent time in Utah. Good things have happened. Not as many good things as I would have liked.
That's fair.
But, so you're welcome, Utah, for being put there.
Okay.
We could spend a whole episode talking about living in Utah.
We could spend a whole episode talking about a lot of things on this list.
That's true.
But Utah probably would be the foremost.
Yeah.
Our next state is Delaware. December 7th, 1787. It was the first state to ratify the U.S. Constitution and therefore the first state. It was the first state to ratify the U.S. Constitution and therefore the first state.
I dig that. I was going to put it lower.
I know.
Until I heard that.
I know. That's the exact response that I have. I don't know much about Delaware. I know it was one of the original 13 colonies. It only has 3 counties. Did you know?
I bet that thing's packed like a sardine can.
Probably.
So, ooh.
For being... Oh, go ahead.
I'm going to put it at 31. Just because I think what it is now is not what it was, when the Constitution was signed. And I just don't think I'd enjoy living or visiting because it's just so packed from the sounds.
I don't know anything about it at all. But because they were the original state to sign onto the U.S. Constitution, I think they won a lot of love from me, so they get 29th.
Okay.
So that's pretty good for not knowing much of anything about it. I've never been, don't know anybody who's from there. Okay. Our next state. Some of these facts are pretty well-known facts. Is Texas. December 29th, 1845. Texas was its own country before statehood. It was the 28th state. And King Ranch is larger than Rhode Island.
And it resides comfortably within the state of Texas.
That's crazy. So, Texas, Williams, tell us about it.
I'm a big fan. I've been there. I got a lot of family from there, though.
Yeah.
That's where we kind of trace my roots. It's actually, fun fact that you may not know. It is home to the oldest Polish community in the United States.
Oh.
That's where I've got a lot of Polish, and it's right from there. My grandma came from that little community. It's called Panna Maria.
Panna Maria.
Yep. Father Leopold Matsagamba and gentleman Johann Matsagamba, helped found the town with them and a few others, and they brought all the family over, and started that. And my grandma, is from there.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I have been to Texas. I lived in Texas for 5 months. And I really liked it. I was in San Antonio. Very good time. And then I've passed through it a few times on top of that. I really like the culture there. I like just a neater, nicer place, cleaner, generally. Mm-hmm. I don't like the live... what's it called? I don't like the outdoors stuff as much over there. Like, they don't have mountain trails or anything like that, which is okay. Mm-hmm. It's not an absolute must, but overall, I think it'd be a really nice place to live. There's a lot of career opportunities. There's a lot of growth. There's a lot of really good people over there. Mm-hmm. I think I'm putting them at 5th.
That's exactly where I was going to put it.
Yep. With, so, you know what they say? Great minds think like me.
Well, hey, can't argue with that logic.
Well, I'm glad you can't, because I wouldn't be able to keep up if you did. All right. Our next one is Florida. March 3rd, 1845 was when it was established. It is the 27th state. The oldest European established city, St. Augustine, is in Florida, and it has the most toll roads in the United States.
Oh, that's gross.
Yeah, that one kind of hurts, huh?
Yeah, I was gonna put it at 21, but again, another state I haven't been. It kind of sounds nice, although also I wasn't even thinking too much about this. I've heard that they have all kinds of like exotic animals.
Yeah.
Of the more dangerous variety.
Yeah.
Just, it's a little wetter. They're acclimated to it.
Yeah. See, I think I am going to put it at 21, actually. There's a perfect space for me right there. I think Florida has some crazy stuff that goes on. That's why it doesn't rate a little bit higher. But the fact that it has so much coastline, and I've never been, but when I think of Florida, I think of like all the vacation stuff that I see. Mm-hmm. So like a lot of this is more based off of perception than even the whole reality of the state, because a lot of these places we've never been, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I think it gets 21 for me.
All right. I'm throwing it in at 24, just because I'm looking, from 32 to 48 is pretty spacey, and I have a feeling that's going to fill up pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
So, keep it at 24.
All right. I like it. Okay, Wade. I have a feeling, just based off of how things are filling up, I have a feeling that we're going to wind up with a lot of states at the top that we don't necessarily want at the top. I think we're being kind of harsh on these first states.
I think I have fewer spaces there than you do.
At the top?
Well, no, I think my top 10 to 13 is pretty clean. But I've got some states in mind, I think.
Okay. This one's going to rank high.
This
one's going to take one of your spots. I'm predicting it right now. Tennessee, June 1st, 1796. It was the 16th state. And this is one of the reasons why Williams loves it. Home of country music, Nashville, Tennessee, baby.
You best believe.
Birthplace of Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier. Tell us what you think, Williams.
This goes pretty high.
Okay. How high?
I'm thinking almost 4.
Oh,
to be honest,
boy.
Because not only... I've never been there. I hear great things. There's Dollywood there. Gotta love Dolly Parton. They're in the Smoky Mountains. It seems to have like a little bit of a mountain, plenty of trees, sort of a feel. I've got a friend of mine who works with me, who loves Tennessee. He's been there and he's like, oh, I would live in Nashville in a heartbeat. And you know that my my dream vacation
is to go to Nashville.
Is to go to Nashville and see the Country Music Hall of Fame, the old Ryman Auditorium.
Yep.
Make the rounds. So I might put it at 4.
All right.
And I wasn't initially thinking that when I put Texas at 5. Like, I still think Texas might rate higher than Tennessee, but I'm going to put it.
See, I've been to Tennessee. I've been there. I stayed there for a weekend on a trip. Nice place. I feel like for me, Country Music Hall of Fame would be fun to see, but I don't love it as much as you do. And I've been there. It was fairly nice, but not crazy nice. Not really anything stood out to me, so I put it directly at 25. It's smack dab in the middle.
All right.
Yep.
Fair enough.
All right, so we're on to our next one, which is Georgia. January 2nd, 1788. It was the 4th state to be established. I didn't realize that Georgia was one of the original colonies.
It's kind of funny to think about.
I don't know why I didn't know that, but it just seems... I just don't think of it... I usually think of, like Delaware, Virginia, like the East Coast type of states. It was the 4th state. It's known for their peaches, but it leads in peanuts and pecans. Pecans, depending on where you're from. Coca-Cola was invented in Atlanta, which I did know.
Yeah. I've got, again, not been there. I've got a general positive vibe. I might throw it at 16. That's where my dad served his mission over there.
Mm.
Yeah, it just sounds kind of cool. I'm sure it'd be reminiscent of some of the southern states we've been to.
I'm going to be just a little bit... Well, I'm going to be right behind you at 17.
All right.
I've heard, as long as it wasn't by Atlanta, I've heard Atlanta is a real crapshoot.
I imagine it's a pretty wild city.
Yeah. Yeah. Otherwise, I've heard Georgia's a nice place. I actually have been to Georgia. The very tip of it I drove through, but it was not very much of it, and it was just highway. All right. We are on to the next one. Oh, boy, Williams. I'm curious to hear the answer of this one. South Dakota. November 2nd, 1889. The 40th state established. Home of Mount Rushmore. It hosts the annual Sturgis Motorcycle Rally, and they have the Badlands.
Badlands are shared.
Between North and South?
North and South Dakota both have the Badlands. I think I'm going to put it at 10. I like South Dakota. I haven't spent as much time in it as North. You know, my parents just moved to South Dakota a little bit ago. Well, I guess a year or two now or whatever. And I liked it. I've been to Mount Rushmore. Really neat, really amazing. Pictures do not do it justice. Go see it. I'm gonna put it at 10. It's hard because I'm trying to be regional. I don't know what's going to happen. Oh, I don't know. I might move it to 6. I'll put it at 7. It goes at 7.
All right, I like it. Okay, let me just start with Williams family. Don't hate me.
Oh my! Wait,
There's
what
no
do you have
prejudice.
against this place?
I've been to South Dakota once. I don't really remember it very fondly. Like, I don't remember hating it, per se. But in terms of... And we went there to look at something. My parents almost bought a small hotel there to start a business with and work on and stuff.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, they did. It was. I was 15 at the time, and we drove out there, and it was kind of a weird experience overall.
I don't know if it's the kind of place where it, that sort of thing would work out, unless it's in the right location.
Yeah, so I wasn't crazy impressed with the area we went to, and granted, I have seen very little of South Dakota.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen where your parents live. Just you gonna say that outright?
Well, they live in a very small place. You'd have to go out of your way probably a little bit to get there.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna place them at 40.
Whoa! I guess it's your right.
Yep.
All of a sudden, I'm feeling Idaho is sinking in the list. I just feel it. A tremor.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think you love Idaho more than I do, which is impressive because I love Idaho a lot.
I do like Idaho.
Okay. Hawaii, August 21st, 1959. It is the 50th U.S. state. It's the only U.S. state made up entirely of islands, and it's home to the world's most active volcano, Kilauea. I don't know how to pronounce that. Kilauea. Kilau. I don't know. Anyway, where do you rate Hawaii, Williams?
I'm trying to gauge how fast these certain sections of the list are going to fill up. I'm going to put it at 12.
All right. I like
Never
it.
been, but it sounds like a pretty place to visit. I would probably never live there. I'm going to put it at 13.
I think I'm going to be right behind you. I think I'm going to put it at 14.
All right.
Okay. We're back on here. 12. Okay. South Carolina. May 23rd, 1788. It is the 8th state. The first shots of the Civil War were fired from here. They're the only state with a state dance, and the state dance is called the Shag.
Doesn't sound overly great, that dance. I don't know. It's.
I'm going to text Matty and ask her if she wants to learn the Shag.
All right, where are you putting it?
I have never been to South Carolina. I don't know much of anything about it. I think just by virtue of the fact that I don't have very many good states, I'm going to put it at 38.
Okay.
Oh, no, that's not true. I have been to South Carolina. Or have I been to North Carolina? No, I've been in North Carolina. Okay. Since it's right next to North, and North was okay, that's going to raise it just a little. I'm going to move it to 34.
Okay. I'm going to put it at 21. Yeah, I've got really no affinity for or against it, and
That's fair.
I've heard some good things about it, so put it in the upper half.
Okay. Our next state is the latest, the greatest, the promised land of Idaho. Idaho was established July 3rd, 1890. They were the 43rd state to join the Union. They produce about 1/3 of the United States' potatoes. They are home to the deepest river gorge in North America, Hell's Canyon.
You know I love Idaho.
I do.
Great state. One of the greatest in the Union.
Easily.
Easily. I love potatoes. One of my favorite things, I love a good baked potato. Put some chili on there. Good.
Yep.
I think I'm going to put it number 6. Right behind Texas. I think that's a respectable space.
Oh, that is respectable.
It's a very respectable space.
It's wrong, but respectable.
Thinking about it, I would trade it with Tennessee.
Yeah, you'd move it up.
Its location.
Yeah.
I'd just switch them right across.
But that's the
But
trouble
it's
of
too
the
late
list.
now. Yeah, it's the trouble of the list. I got to play the game. Because I've got an idea for my top 3.
Oh, really? So you've been thinking about this?
I've been thinking about it.
I have been thinking about this. I'm doing this semi at random. So,
And that's going to be your trouble.
My 2, 3, and 4 might be rough. Idaho is easily taking number 1. No questions for me. Love the state.
No,
Where
that's
I'm
fair.
from.
It's got a lot of cool stuff. And that's where my grandparents live. I love going to visit them.
Yeah.
My siblings up there.
I love the culture. Granted, I'm biased. That's my culture, right? I love the state itself. I love everything about it. It's a
You're a
good state.
purebred Idahoan.
I'm a purebred Idahoan. So, it has my heart. All right.
Idaho, do or die.
Okay. Williams. We are at 57 minutes and 58 seconds.
All right.
And I think that was just about our 25th state we did. For you guys at home, we are going to split this into 2 episodes.
I think that's only appropriate.
So this is the end of episode 1. We will read over the list in episode 2. So thank you for joining us on Dogs and Gooses. Williams, would you close us out?
I'd love to. Listen if you want, or not. We don't care.